Hi, I'm Doug Hurth with Hurth Waterscapes. I'm here today to talk to you about cleaning out your pond. Every year we do 30 to 40 spring pond cleanouts. A lot of people ask us how to do it. It's certainly something you can do yourself. One of the most important things you'll need is a pond cleanout pump. Notice it's a heavy-duty industrial style pump. Don't go trying to use the sump pump out of your basement. It's just going to clog up and it's not going to work. Some discharge hose to discharge the water. A pressure washer. It doesn't have to be anything special. Whatever you want to use to clean some of the junk off the rocks, that'll work. You're going to need a net and some sort of a tank to keep your fish. When you're done with the clean out, you're going to need barley bales to put in. We put them in every pond we do. Some bacteria, give it a good heavy dose in spring. And if you're in the city, you want some dechlorinator so that the chlorine doesn't affect your fish. Other than that, probably some buckets to help you pick up debris. That's about all we need. Alright, here we are. One of the first steps of the clean out is cleaning out the skimmer. You see I've got my pump here. I stored it in a bucket of water over winter so the seals didn't dry out. I had it in my basement where it wasn't going to freeze. It's the best idea for the pumps unless you're going to leave them running. Here's my skimmer box. Inside the skimmer box, usually there's some sort of a net or a basket to catch the big debris. We take that out. We're going to set it over in the lawn. We'll be cleaning that out later with the pond water we pump out. Here's a filter mat. Plenty dirty from all winter. We'll be cleaning that out also. And then usually there's some sort of a rack that holds the mat above the pump. But right now obviously no pump in there because it's still in the bucket. As you can see, over winter I've had an aerator in my pond so that the pond wouldn't totally freeze up. It keeps a hole open in the ice, keeps the fish happy, the water aerated. Now we've got the stuff out of the skimmer. What I like to do, drop in the clean out pump and get going. Here we are cleaning out the biofalls. Probably what you want to do right after you empty the skimmer. Usually they're covered with some rocks around the edge to help disguise. Get the rocks out of here. This type of biofalls has this big rock rack that goes in. We'll be cleaning that out along with the filters. Then you've got whatever sort of filter media you have in here. This one's got bio balls. Notice all the dirt in there from last season. More bio balls. You can use fish floss. Some people use lava rock. Here's some fish floss. Whatever. What you're looking for is a lot of surface area in your biofalls to help the bacteria have a place to colonize. All this needs to get washed out in your spring cleaning. This is probably the most important step. If you do nothing else to your pond, pull apart the skimmer and the biofalls and clean all this junk out. It gets really loaded up over a year. And we're down to the rack. You're going to want to put the pump down in here. You're going to want to clean all the dirt, debris, rocks, leaves, whatever happens to be in here out, and clean all these mats. Alright, like I said, we lay all the mats and the filter bags out here on the lawn. We're going to use some of the pond water we're pumping out to wash them. Now these things don't have to be 100% clean. You just want to get most of the mud out of them. Remember, it's not a swimming pool, it's a pond. Here we are, we've been pumping down the pond. We've got our 2 pumps in. The water's getting rather low. I can get to the first level of the pond. The main thing that we want to do before anything else here is you just start picking out any leaves and organic debris. You want to get the most of the big heavy mess out before you turn to the pressure washer, otherwise it just all turns to slop. The other thing you want to make sure you do is cut down anything dead from the prior year that's in your pond. Any of the dead plant material, cut it right down. Also, while your pond is empty, it's an excellent time to thin out some of your plants. If you think they're getting a little too heavy in front of the waterfall or in front of your skimmer, you might want to rip a few out by moving a few rocks. Just grab in there and rip them out. Careful of the liner. You also want to clean out your stream. Typically we start at the top of the stream, pick out all the leaves, and then pressure wash everything. We'll be pressure washing in a minute. Okay, we're almost out of water. I'm in the process of removing my fish from the pond. Usually have a tank or something to put them in. They get a little slippery. I'm just putting them into the big side of the pond until we get the small side done. Don't forget about your fish, frogs, tadpoles. Move them all out. They're not happy once you get the pressure washer going. The waterfall had a bunch of cattails growing in front of it, so we want to clean some of those out. During your pond clean out's the best time. Anthony first picked the rocks off the root mass, now he ripped out the cattails. Don't be shy, rip out as many as you think you need, they're always going to grow back. The beauty of aquatic plants, they keep coming back and back and... Alright, well we've got all the fish out of the pond, we've got the frogs out, the tadpoles, we still have our clean out pump running here. We've hand-picked most of the debris and any extra plants that we don't want in the pond, and now it's time to pressure wash. Here we are, we've already washed out all the filters, we've got our barley, we're just putting the biofalls back together. Basically it all goes in here just the way it came out, no big deal, and like I said, these filters don't have to be 100% spick and span, it's just a pond, it's not a swimming pool. Typically it's a rack, 2 filters, we put the barley bales below the filters so that they can be in the flow of water, put in the fish floss, and we're all set. Alright, now we're putting the skimmer box back together. You want your rack and your pump. Most of these are very similar. Most of them have a rack. You always need a pump. Usually the rack supports the filter pad. Put your pump in. Connect it, throw in the filter pad, throw in your basket, and you're ready to fill the pond.